Hi everyone. Have you ever evaluated or assessed your decoding skills? Your ability to see other person's expression, other person's body language, and interpret it in the way it is. Your ability to hear words and interpret what is behind words. What are intentions that guide people's behavior? My father is a psychotherapist, and he had practiced some neurolinguistic programming skills with me from childhood. And I become so curious how the patterns that were formed in my childhood due to watching my parents, my friends, and other family members influence my whole life. And right now, in my 36 years old, I just realize that they still lead me so much. So right now, I want to ask you a question. Peak states. How often do you live in peak states when you're able to feel neutrally yourself without emotions? When you see what you see, when you see a room, when you see TV, when you see a board, and you don't have thoughts jumping in your head, what to do, where to go. McCaffrey called this ability peak states. When I don't have a trauma, nothing disturbs me, and I just live at the present moment. I just react as I react, and then I forget the case, and I live through the day. So when I heard about peak states, about McCaffrey, and I did research on him and his Institute of Peak States, I was so much impressed how my life is influenced by my behavioral patterns that repeat themselves every day, and I said, no, I can't do this. I want to decode my emotional patterns. I want to decode my thoughtful patterns, my body patterns. I want to know what are they? What leads my life? And then when I started to do this, I noticed, wow, it's like, for example, today I talked to my husband, and I really saw him, and I said, wow, this is the time I really see you. You know, how is it amazing just see you without anger, expectations, frustration, or thoughts about what to do. I told him, you know, most of the time I don't see you, I don't hear you, because I hear my thoughts, what to tell you. I feel my emotions, and they dominate, and I just express my emotions. I even don't care what is inside of you, because these emotions are so strong, and my thoughts, I have so many thoughts, and this is what I have, and they like a screen. I only notice what is inside, but I don't notice what is outside. And because of our traumas in relations especially, we just live in our own world. We don't interact with outside world. We don't interact with our partner. We don't see his eyes. We don't hear his voice. We don't read his body language. We don't even explore all his skills, tremendous skills that our partners have in our life. Like, if we don't like something about our partner, we just concentrate on this. Or if we like something, we concentrate on this. But there are millions of other features that we don't see, we don't hear, because we don't know about them. And only when we become neutral inside of ourselves, we become empty, we become an observer of outside world, we are able to consume new information, we are able to focus on something new, we are able really to see eyes movement, lips movement. We are really able to hear tone, tonality, speed of speech, context. We are able to ask questions and ask questions. Meta modeling, we are able to ask questions to reveal other qualities of personality. Because often if you ask the same questions, if you talk about the same topics, we just go on the same neurolinguistic patterns, and wow, everything is the same because we don't ask different questions, and we code the same patterns overall, day into day, and our life pass so quickly, and then it's becoming so much routine. So the first step that I have identified is awareness, as you have heard from a lot of public speakers, a lot of philosophers, teachers. Awareness that I am much more than my thoughts, than my emotions, and my instincts, than my reactions. And if I am able to determine them in my body, I am able to describe them. I am able to know who am I. Then I am able to lead them. I am able to be flexible. I am able to develop new thoughts, new emotions, and new reactions. So awareness. Let's do this. Just write down your thoughts every day. Write down what emotions you experience in different time of day, like every hour, every 2 hours, and how these emotions relate to thoughts. So, decoding. First, before. I enter any communication with state, emotional state, which leads me through this communication. Unless I'm centered, focused, and relaxed, all other states lead to unnatural communication. So I just reflect to person my emotional states, and I get the reaction back which relates to my emotional states. I don't really reflect present situation. I reflect. If I reflect my anger because I didn't sleep enough, the person reacts to anger and reflects it back. And context doesn't matter anymore, because if we come, I call it, if I come to the communication with certain level uncleaned state, I call it cleaned or uncleaned. If I'm cleaned, no thoughts, neutral emotions, breath, regular breath, my body is relaxed, I can really be productive and effective during my work. But if some of these indicators are unbalanced and I am unbalanced, the quality of my work will reflect only my state and will not be effective, will not be neutral. So our first step will be to record before any emotion we say other people feel in the communication. Just observe, hear yourself, and observe and feel the outcomes of these communications. If I'm in anger and if I communicate with my child, what the outcomes are? What do I hear? What do I see as a reaction to my anger? And if I'm happy, centered, focused, and relaxed, what are the outcomes of communication? So the first step in our decoding, when we investigate our before state, we made a record of situation with different states. We enter the communication or the work we do, and which the outcomes I get back. And then in our future videos we will talk about next steps of decoding. Enjoy, life is amazing. And quick tip for you, so if your state is unbalanced, don't enter communication. Sit down and live through thoughts, emotions or instincts. And I talk about this in other videos, how to re-experience your thoughts, emotions, and instincts to become balanced and centered and focused. So for now, observe it wherever you can, see it, stay, but don't, and try if you feel yourself unbalanced, don't enter the communication. But if you enter, then go back and write down the pattern, who I was before, and what the outcomes I got from the situation, any situation. Enjoy.